What's up YouTube? It's Marcellus here, and today we're going to be talking about how to get a high credit score naturally, so stay tuned. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a high credit score naturally. And a lot of people don't understand how to really get a high credit score, and it's actually fairly easy. You only really need to do a few steps to get there. So in order to get a high credit score, first you want no negatives on your credit. That means you do not want to miss any payments for anything. I have never missed a payment in my life for anything, so that's why my credit score is pretty high. Now, it's not the best. I think the best credit score is like 850. But right now mine is at 749. I was at like 755, but just closed on a mortgage, just closed on a new car, and a bunch of other stuff which can make your credit score fluctuate. I just got approved for a loan, so it's really helpful to have a good credit score. I wouldn't be able to have half of the stuff I have if I didn't have a good credit score. Now, I have a brand new car. It's a 2020 Toyota Corolla. I just got approved for a loan for $5,000, and I'm actually in the process of flipping that in the stock market. I'll have a video on that later, but that's for another topic. So the first step you want to take to get your credit score high would be to get a credit card. Now, you can get multiple credit cards. I have about 5 credit cards, and I pay them all on time. But really, with the credit card, you do not want to buy anything that you wouldn't buy with cash. So if you wouldn't buy it with cash, do not buy it with a credit card. So what do I mean by that? Like, you do not want to go out and buy a brand new $1,000 TV with a credit card. With this credit card, you want to purchase things like food, you want to purchase gas, you want to purchase things that you're going to purchase on the daily that you know that you're going to pay right after you purchase it. So anytime I buy anything on my credit card, I go home and I instantly pay that. Because if you don't pay that, you're just gonna start stacking it up. And I made this mistake first. When I first got my credit card, I was like $3,500 in debt on one credit card, which is my Chase credit card. And then I was on like $1,500 in debt with my Bank of America credit card. And then I had like $1,500 PayPal credit. And it was just a whole mess. But now I've paid all that off. I've taken out loans. I've used those loans and flipped them and then used them to pay off the cards. But I'll talk about that in another video. So when you're paying off a credit card and you never miss a payment, they notice that. And when they notice it, your credit score will go up. And another thing that will make your credit go up is credit history. This is how long you've had your credit for and how long you've been paying things off, how long you've been having credit cards and all that other stuff. Now, I've been having credit cards since I was 18, and I've been having everything in my name since I was 18. So my credit score has been constantly going up since then, but almost recently it shot up, and I'll tell you why. Now, my credit score shot up because I actually just got approved for a new car loan, and I actually had a car previous to this that had a co-signer on. But for this one, I have no co-signer, but that's because the credit history. They see that for the first car loan, I paid everything off on time. So when they see that, the second car loan was almost effortless. I walked in and walked out with a brand new car. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out there and get a car loan in order to get a high credit score, but it really does help if you get something that is, I would say, a hard inquiry. Most people would not recommend you to go get a hard inquiry, and neither would I. But if you already are in need of a car and you know you have sufficient payments to pay that off every month, then go for it. Now, another thing that could help you boost your credit score are trade lines and primaries. Now, me personally, I didn't have to use these because my credit score has already been good since the start. Because since I was 18, I've been paying off everything on time. I've had credit cards, I've had cars, and now I'm gonna purchase a house. So I've never really needed to use trade lines or primaries. And pretty much what trade lines are, you will be piggybacking off of someone else's credit score pretty much. Let's say someone else has a credit card, but they're more financially responsible and they have a huge credit history. So let's say they have like $10,000 credit limit on their credit card, when they use that credit card, you're on their credit card too, so it's gonna count as you using it as well. So it'll report back on your credit history. Now these won't stay on your credit card or your credit score, but you will be able to use it in the meantime to better yourself with more credit cards, or more loans. You can do a lot in a short period of time with trade lines. It's actually fairly easy to get your credit score up, and the reason why you want a high credit score is because everything is done with credit, really. Like, you can't buy a car without credit unless you have cash. You can't buy a house without credit unless you have cash. You really can't do anything with credit unless you have cash. And the reason why this is so important is because you can use credit and you can leverage your credit to become rich. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. Let's say this. I just took out a loan for $5,000. Now I take this loan and I invest it into a stock that's worth $1.15. Let's just say I'm investing in a penny stock worth $1.15. This penny stock then goes up in one day to $1.20, and I sell that. Now that would be $217 within minutes. But I'm not telling you to go trade penny stocks because a lot of people lose on those. Now I have experience with it, so I actually make money trading stocks, and it's actually fairly easy when you get the hang of it and you learn the company that you're trading. But what I would really recommend, if you're going to day trade stocks, I would recommend doing it with more well-known companies. Like, day trading Tesla is very volatile, but if you do that and you're actually very skilled at it, you can make a lot of money with that. Now, I don't recommend new people to day trading to start day trading stocks, and you don't need the day trade stocks in order to up your credit score. But I'm saying you could take a $5,000 loan and you can invest it, and then you could get 10% per year just through a dividend stock, and you could really pay that loan off easily if you have already incoming sources of income. So it's really easy to take a loan and then turn it into something else. Let's say you want to take a loan and then you want to invest it into your social media. You want to take and you want to buy ads for your social media account. Let's say you have a OnlyFans. So you could take your OnlyFans and you could actually drive ads straight to your OnlyFans with that money that you just now got as a loan. Now let's say your OnlyFans blows up and now you're making $10,000 a month. Well, you just paid that loan off in 1 month. Now you could do this with anything. You could invest in anything. Let's say you could buy shoes and you could flip them with money that you've just now received from a loan. This is why credit is so essential to building wealth. The richest people in history use credit to build wealth. And people say that debt is bad, but not all debt is bad debt. There's good debt. Now, if you just go out and you buy a bunch of shoes, a bunch of clothes, a bunch of nonsense that you really don't need, that's bad debt. But let's say you take a loan out and then you purchase something and you invest in something that's going to keep bringing you money in. That's good debt, because you're just keep building revenue from that one stream of income that you just got from debt. Now, that's only a few ways to up your credit score. There's many more ways to up your credit score, but really it's very simple. All you have to do really is just get a credit card, pay it off consistently, keep doing that, maybe get onto someone else's credit through like a trade line, and you just piggyback off of theirs until you get able to get a loan. And then with that loan, you can take and you can invest in things, and then you can really just build wealth off of your credit. It's very simple. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. So like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back with another one.